Hi, today I am going to show you how to do a chocolate cake from scratch that is pretty good, and I am going to set up my temperature Fahrenheit to 350 degrees, and I have all the things that I will be using here. I am going to leave a list of all the ingredients at the bottom of this video, and I am going to start mixing. And we are going to start by doing 2 cups of flour, just regular flour. So we are going to do 2 cups. I have my flour inside this container. It's not just, you can buy whatever you like. So we will do 2 cups of flour, and we'll do 1 cup of this sugar. This is just the regular sugar. So we will do about 1 cup. If you don't want it too sweet, you can do less than 1 cup. So I don't want it that sweet, so I'm going to just leave it that way. And I'm just going to add it there. And then we are going to do 1 cup of brown sugar. Now, for the brown sugar, I have it in this container. It's not the brown sugar brand, but let me just try to take it out of there. Okay, here we are. So I am going to put, like I said, it's 1 cup, but I did a little bit less because I don't want it too sweet. So we will do that, and then we will do it's about 1/2 of teaspoon, which is this one right here, of salt. And you can use kosher salt like in the recipe. Okay, so we're going to do the salt. We're going to add that in there. And then we will also do baking soda. It's 1 teaspoon. So I have 1 teaspoon over here. And we will do baking soda, not baking powder. Yeah, this is baking soda. I have to look for my baking powder. So wait just a second. I got the baking soda. For some reason, I got baking powder out of there. So you can really get confused about it. Please make sure you don't, because I was giving you the wrong picture on there. So let me add is the 1 teaspoon baking powder. So all of these dry ingredients, we're just going to mix them up as much as we can. Okay, now we are going to add 1 cup of this cocoa powder. I am using one hand because I'm holding the other one. The other hand is holding my camera. So I am going to try to take it out as much as possible. It's just 1 cup. So we're going to add 1 cup on there. That was a little bit less than a cup, so I'm going to add some more. Having some difficulties. Okay, so we have there 1 cup of the cocoa. And now we will do the butter. The butter is about 2 sticks. If you have sticks, let's try to do that. Okay, so these are the sticks I am talking about. So you can have 2 of these sticks, or you can do a pound of butter, which is 16 ounces. So a cup is 8 ounces, and we can do 2 of these because that will be 16 ounces, and it will make 1 pound. So I'm going to try to measure that. Okay, so here's my butter. I used 1 stick and just 1 cup of these, so that will make 1 pound of butter, which is 16 ounces. Now I try to melt it, but I am not going to melt it all the way. Well, even though we don't want it this hard either, so I'm gonna try to let it melt for a little bit, and then we will add it to the mixture that we already have there. So let's try to add a little bit of cinnamon. You can do 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm just gonna try to do to my taste. What I like is just a little bit, not much. And then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So vanilla, we need a 1 teaspoon, and it's this one right here. And I don't know if you can see it, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So there we go. It's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we are going to add 2 eggs. I have the eggs right here. 2 large eggs. So this one in there. And then we will add the other one. So we have 2 eggs. You can also kind of beat the eggs before you put them in here. It will be much better. But I just don't have 2 hands today to be beating some eggs. Okay, so now we are going to add the butter on there. It's the 1 pound of butter. This will make your cake to be really moist, have some moist cake on there. So we are going to try to beat these up. And there's one more ingredient that is missing that I have never ever used it, but we're going to use it for the first time. I tried this cake and it was really good. So we are going to do 1 cup of Coca Cola, just 1 cup. Do not use diet. On the recipe it says do not use Diet Coke, just regular kind or the store brand, but not diet. So we're going to add it in there, and we're going to try to mix as much as possible. As you can see, my mixture is coming along. It has a lot of lumps that I have to get in there. So I'm going to try to show you whenever I put this on the pan. But right now I'm trying my best to do this with the whisker. But if you have a machine where you can put it on and let it go by itself, that will be much better. But in this case, I'm just doing it the simple way, the old-fashioned way, we can say. Okay, now that this is looking really good and yummy, we are going to add 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Wait a minute, my buttermilk, I don't know, but I'm going to try to shake it in there because it looks a little funny, a little weird. So I'm going to try to add, there, that's a half of a cup. I'm going to add that in there. And we are going to keep mixing this thing till it looks really, really like the white stuff is gone. So we will mix and mix. Okay, we keep mixing till it looks like this. What we're going to do now is our pan, we are going to put some of these. I'm going to use coconut oil non-stick cooking spray. You can use any cooking spray you like. It'll be a nice thing for your, oh, I wonder what that is. Maybe there was something on top of my pan bed. Let's just try to do that, and then we are going to add this butter in there, all of it. Okay, I'm going to use my other hand, so I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to cook these for 40 to 45 minutes, and it should be ready in 40 to 45 minutes. Now I am going to show you how to do the icing, and it's also from scratch, so don't go away, please. Okay, so my cake is in the oven, and now I am going to prepare the icing, and it's also from scratch. And what we are going to be using is 1.5 sticks of butter. Now I don't have a stick, but remember the stick is about a cup of it's about 1/2 cup, I think. Let me look at it. Okay, so I'm back with the butter measurements. So 1 butter stick is 8 tablespoons, which is 1/2 cup. So they said you need 1.5 of these. I am going to melt it in here, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my butter here, which is 1.5 stick, and then we are going to add 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. You can add the cocoa powder little by little. I still have a big piece of the stick even though it's melted, so it's better for you to leave the sticks out of the fridge maybe 2 hours before you decide to make this cake. So it'll be better for them to be room temperature than to be totally melted. But in this case I had to melt them because I wasn't ready to, you know, have them. I didn't have them room temperature ready. So it's not that I wasn't ready, it's just that I didn't take them out before the time. So it's melted, it's getting melted in there. So now we're going to add, again, we're going to add Coca Cola. I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup. Oops, oh. Let's try to see if that needs a little bit more. So yes, it does. Let's go add the Coca Cola into our mixture here. And now we are going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. It's right there. So we will add 2 cups of that. Let me just get it out of the bag. Okay, so here it is. I have 1 cup ready of that powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar. It's right there. You can find it at the store in the baking aisle. So we're going to add little by little. Usually if I'm using my 2 hands, I add and I move around the whisk. So I will get it to the consistency I like. But I am going to add a little bit more. Now if you do it that way little by little, it's going to be less hard for you to mix this. So it says 2 cups. See, I don't like the stuff to be too sweet, so I will probably use the 2 cups this time just for you to see it. But if you want to add less sugar to it, just don't add 2 cups, just do 1.5, or you can cut on the sugars anytime you like. You can also modify the recipe to your taste, to what you like. If you don't like it too sweet, put less sugar on it. You have that option. So I'm going to try to measure another cup of the confectioner's sugar and put it in here. Okay, so here I have the other cup ready to put into the mixture, and this is going to be ready in just minutes from now, seconds from now. This is going to be on top of your cake. This is the icing that we are preparing right now. We have 34 minutes left for our cake to be ready, and so this is just going to be ready by the time that cake comes out, but we're going to have it ready by then. So let's try to mix this really good, and I will mix it until it's to the consistency I want it. Make sure it doesn't have any white lumps on there. So I am going to show you the final product. So this is how the icing looks. It looks kind of watery, but it doesn't matter. It's going to go on the cake pretty well. Just leave it outside at room temperature, because after you cool off your cake for about 1 hour, then you will be able to put this on top, and it's going to look really yummy, and you're going to like it the way it looks and the way it tastes. I will show you the cake when it's done. Okay, so here is my final product. This is the chocolate cake with Coca Cola, and I'm going to show you it's ready. I gave it 45 minutes because my oven sometimes likes to, you know, play with me, but it's clean, so that means it's ready. And I am going to let it cool and then add some icing. Here's the icing waiting to get married with the cake. So I'll let you know how it looks. Back, and the cake has been cooling off, and my pan was smaller than what I was supposed to do, so I have some leftovers, and this is what I did. I used this little thing and I put the leftovers on there, and you can see how pretty it looks. But now I am going to show you how to put your icing on this one. I already did on that one, and I am going to show you. You will put the icing on this just like that, and it should cover the whole thing. So you can see. Okay, let it cool off a bit, and I am going to garnish it, make it look beautiful. I'm going to put some strawberries, and you can put peppermint. In this case I don't have peppermint, so I went into my garden and I got those 2 leaves. Those are kales, baby kale leaves, but I'm going to decorate it, and it's going to look very pretty. So let it cool a little bit, and then we put the garnishes on. Okay, so I am ready to put some strawberries in the middle. just for it to look a little more presentable and a bit more delicious. Okay, so then we can add, and there you have it. It's the chocolate cake with Coca Cola. So it's chocolate cake, Coca Cola chocolate cake, I guess we can call it. But I hope you like it and enjoy. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I will give you some more quick recipes that you are going to love.